We are in Inman, South Carolina. This is the Stable Life Worship Center, and it's the Pine Ridge Boys' 58th anniversary singing. Special guests tonight, the Inspirations, and the Inspirations are here with me on Gospel Music Today.
Sure are.
Welcome.
Good to be here.
Roland Kesterson is sitting in the hot seat, and I'm going to ask him to introduce the rest of the group.
I'll be glad to. This is our piano player and our baritone singer, Brother Luke Vaught. He lives in Glasgow, Kentucky. And standing behind me is our bass singer. He's a low-down bass singer, and he lives in Morganton, North Carolina. His name is Wyatt Austin. And then here's our new tenor singer, and he's been with us now for almost a year. He lives in Adairsville, Georgia, and his name is Isaac Moore.
How did this group, this version of the Inspirations, how did you guys happen to get out on the road?
Well, it was, didn't happen by anything that we've done. Yeah, I tell people it was the Lord. Back in March when the pandemic took place, Brother Archie and Brother Eddie and Brother Marlon, the senior members of our group, they decided they needed to stay home because the risk was great, them getting out around crowds. And so for from March to June, the Inspirations never sung a note. It's the first time in 58 years that the Inspirations hadn't sung. But around June, we had some dates to be fulfilled, and Archie called us and said, "Boys, I can't get out, and Eddie and Marlon can't, but I don't see any reason why Yuns can't go. Why don't we get somebody to sing tenor, and you all go and sing as the Inspirations. We'll see what happens." Had no idea what was going to take place. Everybody met at my house on a Saturday night. We eat and we sang and got around the piano and sung all day and almost all night long. And by the time we was done, we was so hoarse we couldn't sing. But the next morning we sang in Jamestown, Tennessee at the Faith Baptist Tabernacle there. And it was like when we got up on stage and began to sing, God just put his hand on us. And me and Luke looked at each other and said, "This is going to work." And I called Archie and said, "Archie, I think we got a hold of something here." And as things began to progress, we sung. There was a lot of big moments over the last year. Of course, we sung at Hominy Valley, and then things kind of began to boil a little bit. And but now the pinnacle moment, I think, that really set the stage for what we're doing now is we went to Lebanon, Missouri. Our friend Dwayne Guerin was out there. We went to his get-together singing, and we sang that night, and it was just unbelievable. We sang, and God sat down on us, and there was a video taken, an amateur video from a friend of ours. That video went viral, and everywhere in the country, people were calling saying, "I want this group to come sing." And our schedule filled up. We've been singing. We're busier now than we've ever been. And again, it's not got anything to do with us. It's God. And I want to say this about it. Archie and Eddie and Marlon, being up in years, have seen what the Lord's doing. And so they have decided to kind of step back and not travel as much. Now, they're not quitting by any means. They're going to be with us, several times a year at certain reunion dates and different things, special occasions.
Luke, you've been with the Inspirations for how long now? 12 years.
I don't know how, but I just didn't want to leave. I love it too much. Martin Cook hired me to play guitar with him years ago, and I never thought that I'd play the steel guitar later and then play the bass and then have to play piano and then even sing baritone. That's where the Lord wanted me, so I've just stuck it out.
Wyatt, how long have you been in the Inspirations?
I've been with the group going on 3 years now. And, I came from the Chuck Wagon gang. And a week after I left them, Archie called me and hired me.
So you got to travel with the old guys?
Yes, I did.
Okay,
yes.
Very good. And the new guy, how did you get connected with this group?
I wish I could tell it a short way. Really just the Lord put me in the right places at the right time. I can't find any other way to explain it. I sung with some former members of the Inspirations, actually in 2 different groups. I filled in a little bit for the Old Time Preachers Quartet. Mike Holcomb, who sang bass with the Inspirations for over 40 years, was with them. So that kind of started my connections to the group, and then then I went, and the last concert I ever did with Mike and them was at Matt Dobler's church, who's a longtime lead singer for the Inspirations. And he asked me if I wanted to come and sing a little bit of tenor, which I'd never done before, but I could hear the part, and started helping him and Melton, another former member of the group. And then he called Archie on my behalf and kind of, I don't know, kind of gave me my break, you know, my big break, and allowed me the opportunity to get me here. And so I'm very grateful to Matt, very grateful to Archie for giving me this chance. It's been a blessing.
The Inspirations have a live CD. Is that the newest one?
That's the latest CD we have.
Tell me about that.
Well, again, that was, you know, something we really didn't anticipate happening. Everybody met at my house, and we practiced that night, and as we do, we kind of got everything planned down, learned a few songs. That's something we do, you know. We sing, everybody comes up to us and says, boy, we love all these new songs you're singing. They're not a song we sing. It's not a song the Inspirations hadn't recorded. It's sometime over the last 58 years. But anyway, we got a bunch of songs together.
For the convention.
For the National
We didn't know it
Quartet
was going to be
Convention.
recorded.
Yeah, and had no idea it was going to be recorded. And we went there that day, and we sung, and it's like God put his hand on us again. And our record producer was there in the crowd. He said, boys, I believe that'll make a good live album. And so Crossroads, our record label, produced that album. And we named it What a Wonderful Time Live. Of course, the first song on it's Reunion in Heaven, What a Wonderful Time. But it's reminiscent of the old days, you know, when they come out singing What a Wonderful Time. But also, this whole time between all four of us has been a wonderful time. From the time we first started singing till now. And boy, we sure are looking forward to the future. I don't know what it's going to be, but I know it's going to be a wonderful time.
Luke, with all those years of songs to pick from, so you guys are going to sing for an hour tonight, how do you decide? Because they've had a million hit songs, not just album songs.
We try to do the ones that people that have heard a lot, like Jesus is Coming Soon, Touring the City, When I Wake Up to Sleep No More, some of those classic songs. But then we went back and tried to find a lot of kind of ones that people have forgotten about, and they think they're new. But they're really, you know, the true Inspirations fans will know them and appreciate it. But we do stuff from the 60s, 70s, 80s, all eras of the group. We've tried songs from all of them. We've kind of found ones that work better since we've been traveling for a little while, but I just kind of pray and ask the Lord to help me decide which ones. They sing whatever I play.
Right.
We wanted to go back to the way Martin used to do. Of course, I have to sing too, so it's a little different. But they said, whatever you play, we'll sing. So I try to pick out some good stuff.
Well, to all the Inspirations, we are really looking forward to hearing you tonight, and it's great to have you on Gospel Music today.
We're glad to be here, brother. And we'll say this, we appreciate you and what you do for the industry and how you promote gospel music. If it wasn't for you all, we couldn't do what we do. And thank you for getting our music out there.
Thank you.